What's up, everybody? This is NealReal, and this is the Father You Didn't Have. Wisdom from an elder about relationships and happiness in life. Like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get right into this topic. You need to understand that there are 10 kinds of people that would exist in your life. You need to make sure you label people correctly and understand what they do so that you can move in life accordingly. If you mislabel people, you're going to get hurt and fucked up in life. So I'm going to go down the list and then I'm going to jump in and talk about each one. Number one, there are people called friends. These are the most important people in your life. Number two, acquaintances. These are people who they're familiar to you, but they're not your friend. Number three, you got enemies. Number four, you got rivals. Number five, you got allies. Number six, there are associates. Number seven, there are neighbors. Number 8, there are service providers. Number 9, there are pen pals or digital connections. And number 10, you got family members. All right, let's break it down each one. Number 1 is a friend. This is the most important relationship you'll ever have in your life. These are the most powerful relationships that you'll have in your life. These are like-minded people who care about you, and I'm going to have a whole discussion about what a friend is, and to really adequately express these kind of people, really define these kind of people, because unfortunately a lot of us label people friends and then we realize they're not. We label them friends and they do something that we consider as not friendly, and that's because they're not friends. And so we need to label people correctly in our life. Number 2, acquaintance. Acquaintance is a body that you are familiar with. You've seen them around, you talk to them here and there, but they are not a friend, okay? We need to distinguish between friends and acquaintances. Acquaintances are just people that you know of. You know their name. You had a small conversation with them. They're not a friend. Acquaintances are not friends, all right? An enemy is certainly not a friend. But let's talk about an enemy. An enemy is a person that hates you, wants to cause you harm, is causing you harm, and they may want things from you. They want to take something from you. They want to steal your stuff or whatever. But that's what an enemy is. All right. And this is people like that in your life. You need to understand. I don't want to hear people use the term frenemy. There's no such thing as frenemies. OK. You don't have friends who are enemies. Don't work. That don't make no damn sense. So stop saying that term. And I'm going to talk about why in future videos, okay? You have also rivals in your life. Now, these are people who are just out to get something that you want, and it becomes a competition, and only one of you can get it, and so y'all kind of fighting to get it. A rival could be a person who is playing a game with you, and they're looking to win, becomes a rival. Okay, this is not an enemy though. They're trying to attain some type of reward or something, but it's going to be at your expense. Only one person can get it. Okay, so this is not your enemy, but this is a person that is just trying to get something, and y'all both are kind of competing to get it. All right. Now, an ally is a different kind of person. An ally is a person that you form an alliance with for a particular common, interest or something. So you're coming together with this person because you have a common interest and you're trying to meet this need. You're trying to fix something. You're trying to save somebody. You're trying to do something. It's not necessarily a friend. They could become a friend. You can have multiple labels for a certain person, but an ally is not necessarily a friend. It's a person that you are connecting with. It's a group of people that you're connecting with to fulfill some type of purpose. You're coming together for this thing, and then once that thing is done, you're probably going to disconnect. Okay? So it's important to understand the difference in these labels that you're giving people. Another kind of person that a lot of people have in their lives are associates. Okay? They think their associates are their friends when they're not. An associate is a coworker, a classmate, a group member, an escort. This woman or this man is taking you places as your companion for the evening. They're associated with you for that time being, but they're not your friends. Because once those people are outside of those settings, they may not necessarily talk to you. A lot of people will leave their company. They don't talk to their coworkers after work, outside of work, because they're not really friends. And you're looking for emotional support, affection, etc. And they're not giving it because they're not your friends. Your coworkers are not your friends. They're associates. So start calling them that. Or I have an associate that just called me. They're talking about something happening at the job. Never think to yourself, this person is more than that. Okay? Give them the right label. Another kind of person in your life is the neighbor. That's just somebody that lives above you or below you, to the left, to the right. Sometimes your neighbor is somebody in line with you, waiting to do a transaction at a bank or in the grocery store. That's your neighbor, whoever's closest to you at the time. But usually it's referring to somebody who is near you, who occupies space near you for a while. Once again, your neighbor is not your friend. You could become friends, but your neighbor is not your friend. They're a neighbor. Another kind of person in your life is a service provider. Now, we all know these people. It could be a tailor, police officer, judge, lawyer, doctor, assistant, a maid of some kind, a salesperson. These people are not your friends. Sometimes salespeople try to act like they're your friends, but they're not. A doctor is not your friend. They're told that they're supposed to be at your best interest and take care of you and stuff like that. But remember, your doctor is not your friend. It's a service provider. They're doing a service. It's important that you label people properly, or else you'll get hurt thinking that there's something else to you when they're not. Another kind of person you'll come across is the pen pal. Now, before the internet, people used to write letters to one another. Maybe they never met that person, but they started writing to them, and then they had a relationship through writing letters to each other. Okay, they never met the person, or maybe they eventually meet the person. But the bottom line is that their relationship is based off of written communication and not physical connection. They're not touching and holding and seeing each other in person. That's how a lot of relationships are online, obviously. You never met these people in person. You just talk to them on Instagram. You talk to them on Facebook. You talk to them through YouTube comment section. You talk to them through email. You never met them. They're called followers, subscribers, Facebook friends, which I hate because these people are not really friends. They're pen pals. Okay? We need to label people properly. Once again, a friend is the most powerful person on the planet in your life. It's the best relationship you could ever have, and I want to break that down. Now, once again, this is me redefining friendship, and I'll talk about that more in another video. But finally, you have the family member. Once again, the family member is not a friend. This is a person that's related to you by blood. Basically, they're related to you because they came out the same womb as you did. And whoever was related to them who came out the same womb as they did. And that's where you get family from, and you get all these people who are connected by relations based off of blood. But these are not friends. These are people related to you by blood. Now, they should be friends, as I talk about the attributes of friendship in another broadcast, but a lot of family members are not your friends. They're just related to you. They're familiar to you. They're acquaintances. Okay? And in some cases, they could be your enemies or your rivals, So it's important to understand the 10 kinds of people that will exist in your life. Number 1, friend, most important person in your life. There are acquaintances. These are people you are familiar with. You know their name or whatever, but you can't say that's a friend. You can't trust them necessarily. Number 3, enemy. Number 4, rival. Number 5, ally. Number 6, associate. Number 7, a neighbor. Number 8, a service provider. Number 9, a pen pal. And number 10, a family member. Get these people in your head, label people properly. All of these pretty much I kind of explained, but in detail I'm going to talk about the friend because that's the most important relationship you'll have. Stay tuned till next time. Thanks for listening to the end. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can email me at neal@nealreal.com. You can also go to my website, nealreal.com. I encourage you to check out NealReal.com. That's NealReal.com. Or you can email me at neal@nealreal.com. Have a blessed day.